Hello, Bucks fans. Welcome back to Real Bucks Talk. In today's video, we're going to continue our draft coverage and we're going to talk about Darien Porter, the cornerback out of Iowa State. This guy is a fun prospect to watch, super athletic, just doesn't have a lot of experience, but you can see he's got good ability to run phase with the receiver and then watch this interception that he's going to make at the end of this. Really athletic ability to turn his body the opposite way and stay in phase and make the catch as well.
Yeah, this is insanity. I mean, this athleticism at its finest. I mean, he turns towards the receiver. Normally, you see the cornerback turn outside to look over his shoulder, turns towards the receiver, running full speed and backpedals to intercept this. Insanity. But he's also a 6-year starter and this is the first time he started at cornerback. So think about that. It took you 6 years to be a good prospect at corner, and you were initially a wide receiver. So there's a whole lot that he has to clean up and learn for the cornerback position. But you see natural ability where he's using hand speed, and you know what? Plus, just before we keep going on the tape, switch over to his actual measurables and showing why he's a potential target for a Todd Bowles type of defense.
All right. Yeah. So looking at his measurables, he again 6'3", 195 pounds, 33-inch arms. So I mean, and you see his athletic testing. So he's super athletic. I mean, 4'3", 149. I mean, he's got all the tools you're looking for, but like you said, his he's just lacking that experience and lacking that development.
Yeah, you look at the production score, 65, athleticism 93. But you see that, you see a raw talented player, and then look at the comparison they put in there. The guy is 6'3", 195, and then scroll down a little bit,
Yeah.
and his comparison is to who?
Yeah,
Freak
Tyreek.
Woolen.
Yeah, Tyreek
Right?
Woolen.
So freak athlete, but do you have tools you can use to your advantage? I mean, look at Zion McCollum on the Buccaneers, a late round pick, freak athlete, and he's finally coming into his own. But this guy's an older prospect. He's like 24 years old right now. Can you learn quick enough, or this is potentially a special teams guy that can potentially turn into something later? So let's go back to the film and break him down a little bit more. And like I was saying, he's using his wide receiver skills as a cornerback. Like, why is the quarterback throwing this in that zone? Who the hell knows? But pressure's in his face, gets it off. But look at your guy right here. Understanding, play action fake. Let me drop back. Who's the only available target for him? Get in the path of the ball, come down with it. Good hands for a massive cornerback at 6'3", 195. Keep going on here, plus.
Yeah, so you can just see like he has natural ability, like you talked about. He can really match up with these receivers. I think now it's just about honing in those skills, honing in the athleticism to become a very solid corner. You see here, I like how he's able to press this first receiver, redirect him into his help towards the middle of the field, and then he's able to redirect back to the outside player, and he's going to get a pass breakup here, which is really nice.
And he's using that recovery speed. So he's not a natural cornerback just yet, but you see the tools being used. I mean, it was only 1 year. Well, look at this. He's right in the hip pocket, reading the eyes. The second he sees that the guy's trying to turn towards the ball, he understands this aspect of the game. High points it, knocks that ball out of the way. So he understands the high pointing of a ball. He understands when a receiver is going to turn and try to reach with his hands. He's waiting late with his hands, gets him up there right last second, right? So it's not holding or jamming too much, trying to draw a penalty. He's understanding of the aspect of the wide receiver part of it. Here, he's not the guy hitting the ball. He's more the guy on the other side of the field. Break this one down, plus.
Yeah, so again, here it's just showing like his athleticism, his hip flexibility, the ability to stay in phase with the receiver. So you can see like there's natural talent that needs to be explored here, and it could make his draft stock be even as high as maybe a second round pick if you have a team that wants to bet on this kid.
That'd be wild, right? A guy that 1 year starting at one position, and he goes from probably a guy that's undraftable to a second round pick. That'd be wild. Well, wait, keep going down with the analysis of the actual player. Here we go with him getting crossed here in these outside corner, just staying with it, understanding, okay, he's cutting in, getting a little hands on it, but not enough to draw a flag, and staying with the stride of the receiver hip pocket with that speed, acceleration, and length. I mean, a lot of teams will look at him and want to draft him higher based off of potential, but I still think he's going to be a day three prospect. I mean, you can't bet the house on a guy that's only done it for 1 year, right? I mean, that's just me,
Right.
but I mean, teams will value him highly because of this. But his run strength or run game strength isn't necessarily all there yet. But I'll let you break it down a little bit more.
Yeah, so in run defense, he still has to learn, the tendencies and technique of that role. But I do think he has a good foundation to build off from. He really knows how to play leverage, and I think he's understanding. Okay, I need to make sure I get to a certain spot. So he plays it pretty conservative from a run defensive standpoint. He's trying to force this player to go towards the sideline, and that's what he ends up doing. So there's some good things there. And now here at the bottom of the screen again, he's just running in phase. This is just a bad throw by the quarterback, but he's right there to be in position if he needs to make a play.
And a lot of that with cornerbacks, it's hard to evaluate because they're normally they don't have the ball in their hands. They're actually just shadowing what a receiver is doing. Sometimes the quarterback just won't throw it to that position and they lull the cornerback to sleep, and you can't really judge them well based off of just lack of reps, right? But here he's actually making plays, getting his nose dirty. He's not afraid of it. He just has the limited play strength, I think. So, I mean,
Right.
either way, this is something that can be coached up and taught, but you still have a raw player. That's why I don't think you draft him high, but it's a position where length like this, speed like that at that position is hard to come by.
Right, for sure, and I think his range, like I said, could go anywhere from round 2 to round 4, somewhere in that aspect. Again, going to be 25 probably by the season starts, so he's an older rookie, and he still needs development. So how much are you willing to bet on those tools? Again, now you see him here, bottom of the screen. He's gonna do a good job, I think, of playing this cover 3 role. Does good anticipation of understanding, okay, I have help underneath, and then he's going to draw back to the deeper route, which is nice to see.
Yeah, so understanding concepts, right? Like be based on you being a 1 year starter at this cornerback position, do you understand defense, right? You know how to run around or run a route, what the receivers are doing, but can you play in team ball, a team phase of a ball? And he does it. It looks like he understands it here. The guy thinks he's wide open. He's just covering him because he knows this guy's going to help him with his assignment underneath. So he can leave that guy and go to the deep shot, right? So a lot of that's cool to see on tape. So it's not like he's just an athlete; he's actually playing in a scheme.
Right, absolutely. And here at the bottom of the screen, just again showing his hip flexibility. I like his reaction to this. Again, ability to adjust quickly. Um, you know, gets allows inside leverage, but at least he's able to move his feet well enough where he's right there if something does happen.
Yeah, because a big thing with taller guys, they stand high, right? Usually your hips aren't low to the ground. He stays low the entirety through this rep. Like look at him staying low to the ground. He's shorter than this guy, but he's 6'3". That's hard. That's hard to teach, right? I mean, a lot of it you see it with offensive linemen. They're like, oh, they're knee benders or they're waist benders. This guy is just a natural athlete, and it shows on tape.
Right, exactly. And here again, I like this. He understands like where his other players are positioned. So he's forcing this guy to go inside because he knows he has that safety right there in the middle. So it's just understanding where you are at. And I think that is a big thing for him to continue to progress and develop as he gets those other technical aspects of his game much better.
Also, another thing to notice, he's reaching, but he's not leaning, right? So once he gets that long, look at that reach too. Look at that length he has to put his hands on that shoulder pad, but he's not lunging, right? Because a lot of people will get, oh, let me get a cheap shot right at the jam at the line. And that's where receivers will do a quick move, a quick release. He just jams them a little bit, stays with them. And like, look again, like I was saying on the cut, look at him drop his hips down to get that weight to turn upfield. Like that's cool. Like a lot of receivers, taller guys, it's hard to turn like that. That's why they do like a like a slow turn. It's not like a 90-degree turn like that because they don't get low enough. Their weight transition isn't fast enough. So he's actually fluid with that, and it shows a lot on tape.
Yeah, and here's a funny play. I put this up on Twitter last night, but this is, I mean, again, really good coverage here by Porter. He stays in phase with his man. He reads back towards the quarterback. He thinks, oh, he's going to be sacked for sure. Comes on down, and then he realizes, wait, he's not down, and I
Nope.
have to, book it back to the receiver. So pretty funny to see this on tape.
It'd be wild though if this guy does catch this and then he left him. He was right there covering him, but he got scared about the near sack that could have been a bomb to his guy. But again, deep speed, you can see it quickly here. One on one matchup here. Guy tries to cross his face, stays with it, get a little hand in there, and then stay at the hip pocket, like staying with throughout the whole rep. Guy can't throw it deep because he's right there the entirety of the time. Just sticky coverage on that one.
Yeah, for sure. So you see the upside, you see the potential, and I think this is where I talk about second round for him, just because I know defensive coaches will be salivating over the prospects of what he can bring. Now, here in the run game, we talk about his run defense tackling and play strength does have to get better, but I do like his angles on this as far as overall pursuit. Again, he's trying to force this guy towards the boundary, towards his help, which is good, makes the tackle. Again, same thing here. He comes in on a blitz. So he's reading this play. They call a corner blitz, and he's right there in position to make the tackle.
And a good call, but also like just doesn't get pushed off his spot too much. You can see him getting pushed a little bit, but then maintains it by getting low. Like I keep saying, it's a lot of this is just athleticism putting it at its test right there. Like he's putting its athleticism at its finest on display. And can you coach that up? And that's again next level. How high do people value just based off of athletics? The draft, crazy things happen.
Right.
You
Yeah. No,
right?
for sure. For sure, and you see him here at the bottom of the screen. I almost like him a little bit better in his zone concepts because his ability to read the field is interesting. I think he does read it the right way. He can see the quarterback's in trouble and ability to come downhill and again play that leverage, force the quarterback out of bounds.
Yeah, his click and close is there. Like it's like a overstatement right now that we're saying athleticism is at on display. But all of it's going to come down to is what coach is going to want to coach him up and make sure something's there. Because as you can see here, he's reading what's in front of him. He's starting over here. He's going to really bite to the run. So he draws in all the way in. This guy would have been wide the hell open if he would have thrown that immediately, right? But he's not the first read. He's looking around though. What I do like is holy crap, I may have gotten beat by that, but let me get my eyes around what are the open targets for Iowa. He goes and looks around, sees a guy with a potential target, sticks into it after he's got the hustle, he's got the motor, and makes a play on the ball.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of things to like there. So that is cool to see that he is aware of his aggression and knows how to react and play it the right way. So he gets back involved, which is good. And then again, same thing here. He does a good job of just reading the play, understanding, okay, where his teammates are, where this play is designing to go to, and does a good job of getting off the block and then making a nice tackle.
And not being afraid to lower your shoulder and get in on a tackle. Like some guys will just stay up. He's going four legs to bring this guy down. And that's amazing to see for a cornerback. If you don't have any want to or will to tackle on the outside, usually Buccaneers don't want that. So it's a good sign for us, just based off of size and want to for in the running game. But we keep going down the line. Here we go again in the running game. What do you see here?
Yeah, here again, I point to his understanding of where his teammates are, and I think that's what helps him in run defense. Because again, he's trying to force this running back to go to the sideline to utilize his speed. He cuts back, he knows his teammates are right there in position. So I actually like that play, even though he doesn't make the tackle.
And here, just showing play strength. He gets overpowered by tight end. Most cornerbacks will, but you almost want to stand this guy up to wait for your help. Slow the play down in any way, fashion, right? Don't just get driven back into the end zone, right? At least cause some disruption so the rest of your teammates can help. So, like play strength and understanding that at the quarterback position is going to something he's going to have to develop. Again, that's why I think he's a day 3 pick. But as you just stated, athleticism coaches, they're going to want to develop this guy.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit the like button. Comment down below your thoughts of cornerback Darien Porter. Will he be a Buccaneer? Will he go to some other team? Let us know what you guys think. And with that said, until the next one.